Hey guys, TechControl with the video for you guys. In today's video, I'm going to try to answer a question that you guys been asking about iOS 17 and iOS 16, and that is, should I upgrade to iOS 17 or wait and stay on iOS 16? Now, this question has a lot of component to it, and I'm going to give you my reasoning on why you should wait, why you shouldn't wait, and which phones you should upgrade to and which one you shouldn't upgrade to. Of course, these are based on some of the facts that I gathered and some of the testing that we have been doing so far. So we're going to give you the rundown to it so you can make the decision yourself whether you want to upgrade or wait. So let's get started. So as you can see here, I have pretty much most of the lineup that supports iOS 17. So iOS 17 was just released. Now you can upgrade your iPhone 10R, 10s, and the 10s Plus, and then anything above that, even the iPhone second generation here, SE will also upgrade to iOS 17 all the way up to the new iPhone 15 lineup, which comes with iOS 17. Now, iOS 17, of course, has a lot of features that come with it, and that's kind of the case with every time you have a major update. You have a lot of new features, which are exciting, and that's maybe the reason why you want to go upgrade it, because you only use the latest feature and all the features that comes with it. However, now, the first thing about it is that although iOS 17 came out, Apple's still releasing updates for iOS 16 at the time. Right now, you can get 16.7, so there is an option in your settings. If you were to go on a phone, you can stay on iOS 16 and not upgrade yet. So that's going to be one thing you can look at. So if you go into your settings, and if you haven't updated to, of course, iOS 17 yet, it does give you the option to stay on iOS 16. So Apple isn't forcing you, as I telling you, you can download the latest one, which is 16.7.1, in terms of still giving you those enhancements, bug fixes, security updates as well. And then, of course, you have the option to upgrade to iOS 17. So why is Apple doing that? Well, two things. Because Apple also knows that not everyone's going to be comfortable upgrading to iOS 17 because, again, it's so new yet. There's a lot of testing that needs to happen and a lot of bugs needs to be fixed before it's really stable. Usually Apple, by the time they release it, most of the functionalities are working, bugs are fixed. But because iPhone 15 has a certain time it has to release, they also have to release a new iOS version. So sometimes some of the fixes that are going to happens later on with more updates that they usually come in. As you can see here, right now, iOS 17.0.3 is the latest version, so they still haven't put the .17.1 or 17.2 out, which is going to happen in the coming weeks or months to go. So now that leads to our point of which phone you should and shouldn't upgrade or wait on. So what I recommend, again, usually with any major update, is that because how it's working right now, I would say if you have iPhone 10R, 10s, 10s Max, iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and the 11 Pro Max, and even the iPhone SE second generation, these phones up to the iPhone 12, I would recommend you stay on iOS 16 now. So up to iPhone 12, stay on iOS 16, and then anything above iPhone 12 and above, you can move on to iOS 17. And why, you might be wondering, okay, why is that the case, or why are you saying that I shouldn't upgrade it to it? Again, I'm going to give you some of my reasonings. Of course, you're free to go ahead and upgrade it to it, but to be on the safer side, right, up to iPhone 12, if you look at it, a lot of the features aren't available on these older models because they have aged now. So iPhone 12 is kind of I would say, the cutoff point for iOS 17. And the reason is things like personal voice. You're not going to be able to get it on anything older than the iPhone 12. Autocorrect and auto prediction feature won't be available either. Some of the FaceTime effects that we've seen on iOS 17 aren't going to be available. A live voicemail won't be available to certain models before that as well. Even standby mode won't be available on anything older than iPhone 12 as well. And aside just the features themselves, there's another thing that's important when it comes to upgrading a phone, is that once you upgrade to iOS 17, because there's so many new features, it's going to require a lot more power. And when it comes to power, right, what's going to happen to your battery is that if you have an older phone with the smaller size battery and it's not optimized for the latest iOS version, you're going to notice a drop in the actual battery life. And that seems to be the case with some users that have experienced that as well. So that's going to be the other thing you want, because with a new update, right, performance needs to be improved in order to be able to do everything on a new phone. So that's why you're going to experience that bit of issue where it's not going to quite get you the return that you want on a new iOS version. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. And the other reason why, if you're going to be upgrading your phone, right, what I recommend up to iPhone 12 is because, right, Apple starts to phase out these phones that are, older. If you think about it, right now we're on iPhone 15, and iPhone 12 even itself seems like almost 3 or 4 years ago. So again, if you have older phone, of course, usually most iPhones are supported on a 5 to 6 year software update, but doesn't mean you should be upgrading to the latest version of it. So if you do want to upgrade it, what I recommend is, if you're going to be upgrading even the ones that are able to upgrade, like the iPhone SE second generation and the XR, XS Max 11 and 11 Pro Max, I would say wait till the iOS 17.1 or 2 version. And the reason why that is because once you get to those software version, iOS 17.1, the official version, or even up to 2 if you want to be a little bit more safe, that's when most of the major issues and fixes are out there, and for the most part it's been tested. So if you're going to be upgrading to your major phone, you're going to be much more safe upgrading after that. And that's kind of the reasoning for it. I want to hear from you guys. What's your experience have been if you are staying on iOS 16 or upgraded to iOS 17? Leave a comment in the comment section with any experiences you have. And we're going to be actually upgrading all of these phones that are able to do an upgrade and do a review for you guys. So if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you do that. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.